Hi everyone, welcome to my beauty channel. Today it's going to be all about my skincare routine. I'm going to share the products I'm using, the tools I'm using to maintain my dry to very dry skin. And if you find this helpful, please stay on and let's have a facial spa day together. So for hair ties, I only use silky hair ties. Never on its own, just an elastic. It pulls my hair, it damages my hair really badly. I sleep in this. This is inseparable part of my hair routine. So let's just tie my hair back. So if you want any high recommendation for hair ties, silky hair ties is the way to go, and it's just as simple as that. So next is going to be this headband, just a microfiber cloth, made of microfiber cloth. So just going to tie my hair. And the last thing I'm gonna use is this two wristbands, towel wristbands. They're gonna keep any water not sliding down my wrists. So I'm ready, let's begin. So first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and wet my face, and then I'm gonna apply some cleanser, facial cleanser. So one of the tools I use is this little sort of microfiber cloth, and it's got this little pocket. So let's just begin. We're just gonna keep adding more water just to make sure it's all moisturized, including my eyes, my under chin. So there we go. So first product I'm going to use is going to be a Drunk Elephant, and it's a jelly cleanser. It says purify and dissolve, so you can use this even after having a makeup. So what I do is I just squeeze a little amount. Maybe this is even too much, but the good thing about this is that just a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to show you again. This is the cleanser I'm using at the moment. This is a new product for me, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. So good. So let's just, it's very, very nice. This is what it looks like. So it foams as I rub it, and then I can just easily go and start rubbing it on my face. First, I'm gonna go with my hands, just to make sure I spread this evenly. So let's just make sure it goes over my face. It's very nice. I can't quite figure out what it smells like. There is some fragrance. It's like a wheat sort of. I don't know. It's a nice smell. It's not aggravating, and I don't like very scented products. So the next step, I still have got some left, so I'm just going to take this with my hand. The next step is going to be using some of my tools to now completely cleanse it. So this is from Clinique. This is my good and old facial brush. It's a rechargeable one. So all I have to do is just to press this, and it has got this vibration going on. So all I got to do is just to go over my face and just open up all the pores and start getting anything out that is clogging my pores very gently. because my face is moisturized and it's not aggravating my skin. So I can go all the way down here, very gently around, so it stops every now and then, so I have to restart it. It's got its timer, and it's my good and old trusted friend, as well as going over my eyebrows. The reason is I get dry flaky skin even in between my eyebrows, which is very strange. This is my dry zone, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of a water to this, just to wet just the end of it, and then we're gonna go again just to reactivate everything and go over it, trying to avoid under eyes, just not coming too close to it. This is really nice. It's very nice feeling. So once I'm happy with the result, so I'm gonna go one more time, because it does do a deep clean, especially on the top of my nose where I get like a dark spots and some blackheads. So it opens up the skin for a next step of my skincare routine, and it's very gentle. So there we go. So moving on to the next one, but before, I'm gonna wash my face and we're gonna get back to a second stage. So I just cleansed my face and just took this little pocket microfiber cloth, and I just got rid of all that jelly cleanser. So, but what I did is I did not dry my skin, so I left it wet, and I need it for the reason. So the next step is going to be a scrubbing. So the scrubbing is very important to get rid of any dead skin, dead cells, and just get rid of any impurities. So the one I'm using at the moment is a Rodial vitamin C, and it says Papaya, Enzyme scrub brightens and renews. So this is the product I'm using, and I'm gonna link everything down below. So it's a very good product. It says apply onto damp cleansed skin for a few minutes before massaging in circular motions. Rinse thoroughly 2 to 3 times a week. So it's nice instruction behind, and it also gives you loads of good stuff like brightens, refreshes and revitalizes the skin with this multitasking high performance scrub infused with an invigorating blend of glow boosting vitamin C and result driven actives to help gently exfoliate skin while leaving the complexion looking visibly revitalized and conditioned. So that is exactly what I need. Also, it says it has a hyaluronic acid to provide hydration. Papaya, I hope I'm spelling this right. Enzymes help to visibly enhance skin's natural radiance and even out skin tone through gentle exfoliation, as well as gently just buff all that dead skin cells for a smoother and polished appearance. So let's go ahead and try this. It's got a nice packaging, I have to say, as well. So I used this so much I had to go for a second one. So this is going to be the new one we're going to be opening. So let's just go ahead, and this is all-time favorite. So just a little bit squeezing, just like a tiny amount. So let's go ahead and apply this onto my damp skin. There we go. I'm not gonna do it over both hands. I'm just gonna use my one hand. It smells like I would say, it's not very fragranced. It smells of sort of like apricot-y, I don't know, I feel like it smells of a vitamin C. So I'm going to use my same tool that I used for cleansing my skin, because this helps me to massage it onto my skin. So let's do this. Rather than using my fingers, I'm using this just to exfoliate my skin. Just going under the chin and a little bit in here. So I'm just going to wet my brush a little bit so it starts getting tiny bit dry. So let's try again over it. Make sure it just glides rather than scrapes my face. So it's very gentle. The scrub is very, very gentle. Not much of a scented. I cannot quite figure out what the scent is. But I guess that product that it has a papaya in it. So I believe that's what it smells of. So now I'm ready to wash my face. And again, using my trusty cloth, all I have done is just rinse my face and using this cloth and just got rid of all that scrub. So it's nice and clean. I can feel it. So next step is I'm just grabbing another microfiber cloth, which are my favorite ones, this little glove, and all I'm going to do is just to dry my skin really well. Just my eyebrows, not leaving any moisture anywhere, just to make sure all that is very well dried. There you go. That is very deep cleansing and very nice feeling. Very, very nice feeling. So next, what I'm going to do is I am going to apply an eye cream. So the eye cream I'm going to use is this Clarins Total Eye Lift. It's a lift replenishing eye concentrate. So it's it came in a little set, so it's just a little bit. We're just taking a little bit of this. This is enough for now, and I'm just going to rub it and by just tapping, not dragging under my eyes, just tapping, and I'm gonna go all the way up here. I don't want anything to be touching my eyelids as much as under my eyes and all around my eye area. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more, because it just within seconds my skin is very dry. Well, it just takes a second. There we go. It's dry. It's crazy. It just, I have to keep it moisturized straight away after washing my face, preparing. I have to go with the moisturizer just to put the moisture back into my skin. So the circular motions, I'm going from in to out. These are the motions, circular motions I'm using to apply, but doing it very gently, but not disturbing. Very gently in, because when I apply my facial skin cream, it's going to be going other way. Okay. Next, I am going to use a little hydration before I apply my facial cream. So the hydration I'm going to be using, it is again Rodial Dragon's Blood Hyaluronic Drink Hydrate and Tone. So I'm going to use this first. So let's do it. Just to maintain the moisture in my skin. This is a really nice sort of like a hydrating mist that I discovered. Any hydrating mist will do, but I'm going with this one because I wanted to give it a try. There was so much good feedback. Amazing. So the next thing I am going to do is apply 2 facial creams, and one of them is going to be a brand new to me, a Drunk Elephant Bora Barrier Repair Cream, Rebuild and Restore. And it says, to be honest, I don't know all these products, and I cannot tell you which one is good, which one is bad, but I'm just going to quote. It says 6 butter lipid complex, zinc plus copper gluconate. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's a little pump, so you pump it, there we go, it comes out. So I can use this beautiful floral cream. So let's try it. Let's go for this, and then if we need to, we're gonna go for more. And let's try. So what I do is I warm up my facial cream. It's very gel-like moisturizer, so I would possibly go for a second round. So what I do is, first I would just tap it to my skin, and then upwards, give those lines a go away command. So it's a very gentle cream. So let's just go for more. I'm gonna go for more, just one more. It's not very liquidy. It's more of a more thicker consistency, and I'm just going to use whatever it is on my hand. So, and then I'm going to just go whatever is left with my both of my hands towards upward. So just massaging onto my skin. It might appear a tiny bit red, but it's okay because obviously I'm rubbing into my skin. This is why it's very important to apply this hydrating mist for me before I go ahead with any moisturizer, because it's sort of like a primer for my cream. But this is such a nice feeling. So on top of this, the last step I'm doing is I'm gonna go with my vitamin C little cream, because either you can use something with an SPF, which is again absolutely fine, or go with, which I have now absolutely loving it, is this little Rodial vitamin C face soufflé, which is a lighter coverage. So this is what it looks like, and again it's very gel-like consistency. I double up my facial cream, unfortunately, because of my dry skin. And oh, you can see my cat in the background. She's making another appearance. She loves showing up in the videos. And just not to disturb it, I'm just gonna go over it like this. And in some cases I just simply leave moisturizer to just soak in and stay I'm just gonna go straight away with this. Not a bit too much. So, and I'm gonna leave it to stay on my face before I rub it in, and it's got a nice feel. Absolutely. I double up my skin. I double up my facial creams. I always go with two different creams, and it creates this beautiful sort of barrier throughout the day, even if I do not apply any makeup. So let's just make sure I get through all these bits, and it can go all the way to your sort of like a lower, like a décolletage bit. And you know, a little hair is poking out. And what I definitely do is the rest of this, I go ahead and I just rub it all over my hand by rubbing it downwards like that. Whatever is left on my hand, I would just go and apply it over my hand. But the most important thing is, so I can straight away feel like my lips are already dry. So I'm using this Burt's Bees Coconut and Pear. It's always in my bathroom. I have lip balms every step of the way. So I've got this little toothbrush, and I really love these bristles. So let's just brush this eyebrows. This is the best eyebrow brush. I found it, so I'm keeping this for my eyebrows 99% of the time. There is another way of applying facial creams, and it is using a brush. And if you don't want to apply it with your hands, you can absolutely, which I'm going to demonstrate, you can absolutely take a little bit of this. Let's just try it on your hand. Then you take one of these prep brushes. This one is from Real Technique, and it's a very, very battered old one. And all you have to do is just to go over it like this if you don't want to. If you want an even coverage, absolutely just taking this off my hand and just going. This is another way of applying, another way I apply. You don't want to use your hand, and you want to make sure it gets everywhere, even coverage all the way behind there, sometimes on my ears a little bit and above. So getting in places where you think you cannot get, or whatever reason you don't want to, just use your hands. This is one of the best tools as well to apply your facial cream. So this is my skincare routine. If you found this useful, please leave a comment, and if you tried it as well, leave a comment, and share your tips for dry to very dry skin. And I promise I'm gonna try it on air and use it. So thank you for staying on, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.